creating a new file as a PNG in Photoshop. Go to Create New. Now what we're going to do is change from inches over to pixels, and yes, I'm going to use this size and height, but down here we're going to change that to transparent. Make sure your orientation is here, and we're going to create that document. Now what we're going to do is go up to Layer and New, choose Layer, just leave it as is. Now we're going to go to the text button, which is right here. Machine's being a little bit slow this morning, and we're going to draw in a box here. Now my text is going to be sharp and it's going to be black, and you're going to want to bring up the text level, the size of the text. And just for example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a watermark. To make that watermark, just press Alt 0169, and there's the watermark. And just to save a little bit of time, I'm just going to mark down here TC and leave it at that. And if I want to make this just a little bit bigger, I'm going to left click, drag it over to highlight it, and I'm going to go back up to the text size. I'm actually going to bring that up to 72, which it does change it. And then hit this button right here, and with it selected right down here, you're able to move it around the way you want, and you'll see the purple guidelines show up here once in a while. That shows that it's pretty much centered. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as a PNG, but first what we're going to do is we're going to crop it so you don't have so much work to do later. And then hit Enter. And now we're going to go up to File, and we're going to save as PNG. So look for that. PNG should be right around here somewhere. There it is. I'm just going to call it test, but you call it whatever you want. And make sure that when you're saving it, you know where you're saving it so you can open it up in a file again. And it is saved. Just hit the OK. There we go. Now open up a picture. I chose this picture I've taken a while back. Now I'm going to open that. Give it a second to open up here. Then with the PNG still open within Photoshop, just drag it over here anywhere. I have a second monitor over there, so all we do is click on it, left click, and drag it over here. And you're going to get warnings. Hit yeah, okay. Now you can move it wherever you want. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to minimize this. Now if I want to make this bigger, I have to select that layer, which is TC, and hit Control T. And while holding the Shift button, drag its corners, and you can make it bigger or smaller, however you want it. Place it wherever you want. And I'm going to leave it there, so just for an example, I'm going to hit Enter, and it will stay there. Now if I want to, I can right click on that layer TC and go to blending options. Now what I can also do there is bevel and emboss, set the depth that I want, and if I want to, I can go to drop shadow and play around with that a bit. Set it the way you want, and move the distance around a little bit, up, down, what have you. It's actually quite easy. And just hit OK. So that's how you do a PNG in Photoshop. Now if you want to change the color of that level, all you need to do is make sure that it's highlighted once again, and go up here and hit color and choose whichever color you want. So I'm going to choose white, click OK. Now, if there's too much, you want the opacity, you want your watermark less seen and not so loud. With this clicked once again, just go to opacity up here and bring it down how much or whatever level that you want. Actually quite simple. Next we're going to show you how to make a brush. Now to make a brush we're going to do the same thing as we did for the PNG file. Go up to create new, let that open, make sure it's on pixels once again, and this is the size that I've chosen right here. Resolution is important, keep it at least 300. Transparent chosen as well. Now create that document. Now what I'm going to do is go up here and create a new layer, same as before, just leave it named the same. Go to text and draw in with the left mouse click while holding that left mouse. Now for the copyright symbol, while holding Alt, type in 0169. Oops, I messed up the color here, but that's okay. I'll make it black, and I'm going to type TDC just for the heck of it once again, and go up here, click with your button, the move tool, put it in the center here somewhere, go to the crop tool right here and crop it off, hit enter, and if you need to, go back to the move tool, move it around just a little bit. It doesn't really matter all that much. Now click anywhere in here not highlighting anything, and then go up to edit and define brush preset. Left click on that, choose any name. I'm just gonna name test, and there we go. That's the creation of a brush. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open up another file and test out the brush. I'm going to open up the airplane again, and there it is. It's already created. Now if you wanted to, you could change the color of that brush. I'm going to change it to black, and this is where you change it, obviously. And as I said, there's many ways you can mess around with it. Now if I wanted to resize this brush, all I need to do is use the left or right bracket key. There, I'm using the left bracket key. I'm just going to place my watermark anywhere here. Now if that's too opaque, all I need to do is go up to edit, fade the brush tool, and bring it down to where you're happy. Now all you have to do is save your picture after you're happy with your watermark, which is pretty easy as shown. There's a lot of different methods to do it, and actually many of them are long and drawn out, but once you get the hang of this is super simple. So I'm just going to save it as whatever I want to, and there we go. As simple as that.